Have you ever made it to the end of winter break and wondered where all the time went? Today I'm going to give you 5 productive things to do over break. Welcome to today's video. My name is Lindsay and I run the blog The Well-Rounded Teacher, where I give you tips, tricks, and ideas on ways to live a more balanced lifestyle. If you are new to the channel, please click that red subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you never miss another video from me. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back today. One of the reasons I wanted to make this video is because I can't tell you how many things I put on my list to do during break time. I will say, oh, I have this book that I want to read. I'll do that over break. I have this project I want to accomplish. I'll do that over break. I wanted to catch up with some friends. I'll do that over break. Whether it's summer or winter, it always ends up getting put onto the I'm going to do that over break list. The problem is if we're not careful, we get to the end of break and none of those things end up getting accomplished. So here are 5 tips for being productive over winter break. Number 1, be intentional. Make sure that you're telling your time where it's going to go. Don't let your time just drift away. Make that list at the beginning of the week, or if you just have a few days off, whatever it might be, make a list at the beginning of the time, documenting what it is that you want to accomplish. Who do you want to touch base with? What projects do you want to do? What activities are you hoping to get done? What are you planning to do with your family? Make a list of those things so that you can schedule it into your time and it can be accomplished. We've talked a lot before about planning things out and about making sure that you're scheduling things that are important. And I can hear what you're saying already. I don't want to schedule things. It's my winter break. Why would I want to put anything on the schedule? This is my time to relax and rejuvenate. And I would say that's true. This is your time to relax and rejuvenate. However, if you're not intentionally setting that time aside for activities that you intentionally want to do, I would argue that you're still going to get to the end of break time and feel like you haven't actually rested because your brain was spinning with all those things that you should have been doing instead of. So intentionally set your time aside and make sure that you're able to do the things you really want to do over your break time. Whether you get a week or a couple of extra days, use that time wisely. Number 2, set goals for the new year. We've been going through our goal setting series and I hope that you've been enjoying it. If you haven't watched that already, I will put a link up in the cards for that. This is a great time to start setting goals for the new year. It is a process if you really want to go through goal setting that is meaningful, and it's not something that you can just do in an hour or a half hour. You want to really spend some intentional time working on setting goals for the new year. So set some time aside during your break so that you can go through the reflection process. You can really look at where you're coming from and deeply think about where you want to go during the next year and work on setting those SMART goals and action steps so that you're going to get 2021 off to a great start. Set goals for the new year. Number 3, schedule time to make family memories. And again, I can hear you saying it's the holiday season. Of course we're going to make family memories. Isn't this just a given? And again, I would argue that there are times when we run from activity to activity and we're not really slowing down enough to think about and enjoy the process of the activity that we're doing, or really enjoy the people that we're spending that time with. We're just busy running around. And some of you might have really changed up what you're doing this year. And maybe you think, well, I can't even make memories because I'm not even leaving the house. What are you talking about? We can't do anything. I would argue, find something new. There are a lot of places that are now offering drive-through lighting displays where you can go through and you're in your car. You're not even having to get out and see people, or even just driving around town. Grab a hot cocoa, drive around town, look at the Christmas lights. It still is one of my favorite memories as a child, being able to do that with my family. And I remember that to this day. So there are things you can do. Maybe have a baking day. Share some of those items with your neighbors. Teach the youngsters in your life how to give and share with others what they have. There are a lot of ways that you can intentionally make family memories, whether you can actually leave the house or whether you have to stay in your own neighborhood. So intentionally look for ways to make family memories. Number 4 is to prepare for the new year. So I previously mentioned setting goals for the new year, and I really strongly believe that you need to have those in place first. And then with number 4, preparing for the new year, I want you to take a look at your action steps that you've set up for your to meet your goals, and see if there is some preparation or some groundwork that you can lay right now to set yourself up for success in the new year. For example, if you're looking to take on new health goals, look at what your goal is, look at your action steps, and think about if this would be a time to go ahead and get that set up. Maybe you need to clean out the pantry. Maybe you need to set up an exercise area where you can get your workouts in. Maybe you want to explore and look around for some at-home workouts that you might enjoy or that you want to do. Make a list of those. Spend some time preparing for that. Maybe your goal is to be more organized during the new year and you need to set up some systems so that you can do that. Think about how you can maybe declutter an area of the house, or maybe there might be an organizational system that you could go ahead and get put together during the break time so that you're setting yourself up for success. Just think about whatever it is that you're looking to do. How can you start making preparations and setting yourself up for success in the new year? And then number 5 is to take some time for self-care. Now, if you've been watching any of my previous videos, you know that I have a little different spin on self-care. I believe that organizing or taking care of your finances, all of those kinds of things, taking care of your health, all of those things are self-care, in my opinion. Anything that's going to reduce your stress, reduce your decision fatigue, really just put you in a better overall state of being is going to be something that is self-care. However, you might have had some different ideas for self-care. Maybe you want to run a bath. Maybe you have some books that you want to just snuggle up with a cup of coffee and spend some time reading. Maybe you have decided that you want to have a massage. Whatever your self-care idea is, intentionally schedule that in. Take some time for that. The reason I say intentionally set aside time for that is because, just like I talked about previously, if I spontaneously say, oh, I'm going to spend the afternoon reading a book, if I have a lot of other things that I think should have been done, I really am not relaxing and I'm not fully focusing on the moment and the time that I'm spending reading that book, because I'm so busy thinking about all of the things that I should be doing and that I think were higher up on the list and should have taken precedence over me spending time taking care of myself. So I'm not fully relaxing. That's why I believe it's really important to intentionally set that time aside so that you can let go of the stress, because you know this time is set aside for this. I've already devoted this block of time for my self-care, and you're not thinking about other things you should do instead. Again, you're telling your time where you want it to be spent, and you're being very intentional about that, and it's helping to alleviate that stress all along the way. I hope that you have found this video helpful, and I hope that one of these 5 things might be something that can help you have a productive winter break. The question of the day, let me know down in the comments, what is one thing that you like to do to be productive over winter break? And I would love to hear your feedback and share those ideas with you. So I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye everyone.